How's it going, Earthy? Obviously, that result locks the Phoenix into the top six, but obviously there was a few more chances that you could have got something more out of the game. So, what do you make of that result?
I'm pleased with the reaction that the players showed tonight. I thought it was a good reaction from our last game against Western Sydney. I think we created enough chances to win the game, to be honest. I thought we played well. Jamie Young had a great game and I think kept Brisbane raw in the game.
Yeah, and it looked like Gary Hooper might have injured himself in the act of scoring, but he obviously stayed on the field. Do you have any quick assessment in terms of where he's at?
Well, he's got some ice on his hammy at the moment. He says it's a little bit tight, but we'll assess it in the next 24 hours and we'll go from there.
And in terms of right back, it was a bit of a surprise to see Callan Elliott out there tonight. What do you make of his performance and what kind of led to him playing ahead of Fenton and Payne, who were both kept out of the matchday squad?
Well, Payne is injured at the moment, so he wasn't available. I decided to go with Cal because he can give us a bit more energy going forward, I thought. In the last game, we needed a bit more energy on our right-hand side, so I decided to play Cal. He did well against Adelaide, and I think he performed well tonight again.
So, was the go with Payne? Did he injure himself in training in the last few weeks?
Yeah, he's got an injured hamstring at the moment, so he wasn't available for selection.
Okay, Andrew, do I ask the next questions, please?
Yeah, sure. Just on Tim, is there any chance to feature at all the rest of the season?
Well, he's progressing well, and we'll see how he goes. We've got a few more days before we play Newcastle, and we'll assess him. And he's on feet at the moment, so he's progressing well, and we'll see how we go. We'll make a decision close to the game.
And obviously, you had Ollie Sale back tonight as well, but you've stuck with Zach on the bench. What's gone into that decision? Has Zach just really impressed you from what he's been doing?
Yeah, Zach has been doing well at training, and I didn't feel a need to change, so we kept going the same way.
And, the team sort of came to life in the second half a bit more than it had in the first, which has been a bit of a recurring theme going right back to before Christmas. Are you happy with where the team is at, one game away from the final series? Yeah,
look, we're slowly going to build momentum, and for me, we wanted to make the top six. We're in the top six, and for me, we want to build momentum to the finals and try to give everyone game time and make sure they're fit and firing once we get to that stage of the season. So, look, obviously I would like more points on the table, but it is what it is at the moment, and I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the performance tonight. Like I said, I'm very happy with the reaction that the players showed from our last game.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, Jason Pine, you can ask the next questions.
Thanks, Adam. G'day, Uffy. Mate, do you feel you've lost a bit of momentum post-COVID?
It's always going to be the case. 3 months of not playing football is not easy. Having players at different levels coming back into the resumption of the season was never going to be easy. Living in a hotel for 7 weeks is never easy too. For me, what the players are producing and the effort and the energy that they put out there, I'm very pleased with it. And like I said, for me, the most important thing is that we're firing once it comes to the business end of the season.
Has Te Arawhai Hudson-Wehongi put his hand up for a starting spot even when Luke De Vere's back in the mix?
Yeah, look, I thought he did a great job defensively as well. With the ball, he's good as well. He's a technical player, he's a central defender. So for me, that's great that these players have these opportunities and makes the decision harder for me on game day.
And you've got 8 days now before your final regular season game against Newcastle. Is that a good break to have? Would you prefer to have had the games continue to come thick and fast? I know obviously Tim's injury is one factor, but how do you assess the 8 days and how will you spend the 8 days?
I think it's good that we have a break. We've played 5 games in a very short amount of space, so I'm looking forward to having those extra couple of days leading into the Newcastle game.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, Anna, your next questions.
Yeah, hi, Uffy. Just on, you mentioned you're in the sticks, it's locked. It seems like it's almost been a long time coming to get that, those points to make it a certainty. I guess, does that take a bit of pressure off? Obviously, you still want to perform against Newcastle next week, but with that break and knowing you are going to be in the six, does it take a little bit of pressure off after this sort of condensed run?
Yeah, I don't think there was any pressure from the start, to be honest. I think the expectation of the club and the players and our staff has always been high, and it's always been our goal to reach the top six. So, we'll go out there with the same intentions of playing for 3 points against Newcastle, and we want to continue to build that momentum leading to the finals. So, all the players that are available, like they've been for the last 5 games, will be putting their hand up to play in those games.
And you mentioned Gary, obviously. Any other, injury concerns to come out of tonight?
No other injury concerns at the moment.
Okay.
I think that's been covered.
Marco, you can ask the next questions.
Got to come off mute, Marco.
Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. G'day. I guess you would have been pleased, after dominating things for so long, and then for the Raw to score that sort of great goal against the run of play that the boys didn't drop their heads and kept going and got the goal at the end.
Yeah, very pleased with the look. I think we should have got 3 points. We created enough. I think I said, Jamie Young pulled off some great saves tonight and kept Brisbane in the game. Disappointed to go 1-0 down after dominating the game, but happy and pleased that the boys never put their head down. It's not our mentality to put our head down, regardless of what the result is at the moment on the field, and we'll always go out there and give it a go. And that's the mentality our club has, and the players have too. So, I'm very pleased with the reaction I got in tonight's game.
Young Roofer played some nice balls when he came on.
Young, he's 25, but we'll call him Young. Roof's, look, for me, I think all the subs that came on made an impact. I think even Josh Sotirio came on and made an impact. Gave us some legs going forward, some forward runs. So that's why you make substitutions for players to come in and change the game.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, Phil, do you have any final questions?
Yeah, I guess just in terms of Callan, what's the challenge for him now to kind of keep that right back spot? It's like the one position where I guess there's kind of 3 good options.
Well, I think he's done well tonight, and he'll continue to train, and hopefully he'll do well. And like I said, we'll see on game day, and we'll look at the opposition and how they set up and what attributes the opponent has in front of him to make a decision on who will start.
Yeah, and you mentioned you were kind of disappointed not to come away with a win tonight. Does it kind of highlight where this club's at that, in previous seasons, the Phoenix haven't qualified for the playoffs, and it's usually the main goal for the season, but to finally get there tonight with a game to spare and you're still a bit gutted with not getting a win?
I think we've had a few of those games this season where, we played well. You don't always win games when you play well, but I think we played well tonight. Like I said, we created enough to win the game, but we walk away disappointed. But at the end of the day, 1 point is 1 point, and we move on.
Cool, cheers.
Cool. Andrew, any other questions?
Yeah, just one last question on the Callan Louis Fenton decision. Louis was available for selection, I take it.
Yes, he was.
What have you made of him coming back after that long injury layoff? Is it a chance to see Callan tonight, or has Callan sort of moved ahead of him?
Look, the decision was to play Cal tonight because I thought, like I said earlier, he'd bring us a lot more energy going forward. I think we lacked that in the last game against Western Sydney. And I thought he'd done well going forward as well, Cal, at this game. So, look, it hasn't been easy for Louis. Louis had a long time off, 5 to 6 months after his shoulder surgery. So it's been a lot of load on him to take while Tim Payne has been injured as well. So using Cal tonight, I thought he did a great job, and they'll fight for those positions.
And when did Tim Payne do this injury?
Last week.
Yeah. No, cool. Thank you.
Okay, Jason, would you like to ask the last question?
Yeah, just one more. Buffy, is there any opportunity for the guys to get out of where you are? Even for a couple of days, go bush or something, jump in a car down the road, anything like that?
Yeah, we haven't had the time, to be honest, Piney, with the games coming like 4-day turnaround and 5-day turnaround. It's been mostly recovery and on the park and preparing for games. So, we've got a bit of a turnaround for this game against Newcastle, and we've organised to go go-karting, with the players, tomorrow or Friday, sorry. And it's just one way. The thing is, we just got to be use common sense and be smart and follow the protocols that we make sure everyone's safe and everyone's doing the right things. It's not easy. It's difficult being in a hotel for the last close to 7 weeks now. But like I said, the boys are a great bunch, and they work well together, and they know why they're here, and we're all trying to do our best to get the best outcome.